So joining me for Purposeful Inspiration, we have a whole new series and I hope you love it just as much as I love the idea of it. So the new series will be to be interviewing a few persons that I know about their purpose, about how they found Christ and what they're doing now. So with me is Seyvonnie Campbell, my cousin and one of my closest friends, and she will be sharing with us today about her sign language ministry. Please welcome Seyvonnie Campbell.
Hello everybody.
Okay, to start off, she is in the sign language ministry as I stated before, so we just want to start off with a few preliminary questions so you can understand exactly what is happening in her life and maybe a bit about what can happen in yours. So Seyvonnie, before you started sign language, did you have a relative or a friend who was deaf?
I did not have a relative or a friend that was deaf before starting the ministry, but after being involved in the deaf community and learning sign language, I acquired a lot of friends.
So you started sign language but had no deaf friends or
None
relatives?
at all.
Okay,
None
so how
whatsoever.
did you become involved in sign language?
Right, so I started in church. There was a sign language ministry in church, a group of persons that learn songs, and then on particular Sundays we would perform or minister that song rather. And I was asked to be a part of the group, which I gladly accepted. It's a new art form, something that I've never done before, so I was glad to accept the invitation, and I did. And the first time was okay, but then as I continued to sign and learn songs, I realized that I've developed a love for this, and I wanted to learn more about it. It wasn't just learning a song and then ministering it on the Sunday and then that's it. I wanted to learn more about sign language and what it's about.
Okay, so at which point in time did you realize that it was your purpose?
Well, I eventually started watching YouTube videos, Googling sign language stories, whatever I could get my hand on that had anything to do with sign language. I would read it, I would watch it just to be informed. And then I realized that this is something that I really and truly love and I want to know more about it. But also watching the videos, I realized that what I have learned was just surface of what sign language and the deaf community is about. Because I was told at one point that sign language is not effective if it's not being done in the community to show its effects. So, doing it in a church is okay, but there must be something greater. And I realized that the deaf community in Jamaica and by far the world is very big. It's like many persons don't even know how big it is. And I realized that I want to know more. I was just always hungry for information. And I attend the University of the West Indies, and the course that I previously started with, I realized that I just wasn't connecting with it. It's not that I was done, so to speak, than anybody else or less illiterate. But I realized that was just not what I was called to do. And then there are times when your purpose overlaps with your career choice. So when I realized that my purpose somehow lies within sign language, and I realized that my career choice wasn't lining up with that, I then found out rather that there was a program at the University of the West Indies that enables one to acquire a degree in sign language interpretation as well as diplomas and degree minors. So I decided I was going to enroll in that program. It was really a choice that it wasn't popular and a lot of persons, I told minimal persons, because they have been saying you have already been in the system, in the university system for a while, and then to change suddenly is not probably a wise idea. But when I thought about actually completing my degree, not doing something that I really love to do, I realized that it's better. At the time I realized that it was better to pursue this degree and finish with what I really want to do than to actually finish with something that I didn't really love. So that's when I made the change.
Alright, so let me recap. She has no relatives who are deaf.
No,
Had
none at
no
all.
friends who are deaf.
Not before.
Knew nothing except what you learned at church about sign language.
Right.
But still, you pursued it. You went on YouTube, you used the internet to learn more, and then you learned of this awesome degree program, and you just switched.
I just switched just like that. But it was a support system from my mommy.
Mm-hmm.
My mommy never at one point was like, my mommy, she always supported my sign language ministry. So maybe she even figured out that that was my purpose before I did. Because when I told her that, mommy, I'm going to change my degree major and I'm going to focus on sign language, she's like, okay, Siv, I realize that that's what you want to do and I'll support you. And it was that support system at the time, and I think I shared it with you as well, and you were pretty supportive as well. That support system was what I needed to actually go and continue with my sign language degree program.
Okay, great. So now that you have identified your purpose,
Yes.
how has it changed your life?
Wow, that question. How has this program changed my life? Before even knowing what my purpose was, I was following in my big brother's footsteps. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be very honest. I was following in his footsteps. What I chose to do at university and all was all followed in his footsteps. When I found out that my purpose lies within the deaf community, lies within sign language, I realized that this is now an opportunity for me to take charge of, not my destiny, because God has that in his hands, but to take charge of walking in the destiny that he has for me. So I got more involved in the deaf community. I've got a lot of deaf friends now, like too much when I think about it, and it has just been, I moved from a life of purposeless to purposeness, if there's such a word, because I've found that if you're not walking in your purpose, it's like your life has no meaning. You're just wondering what's happening, what's going to happen next, what to do. But once you have a goal, and once you know what your purpose is, and once you're working towards that purpose, everything will eventually fall into place.
Okay, so for you, this is definitely not the norm in how people start their purpose. It's usually something that they know or they're familiar with. So what would you say to someone who doesn't know their purpose as yet?
Do what you love to do. Once you realize that, and this sign language ministry has also enabled me to help other persons whose purpose isn't the norm, so to speak, or isn't regular, because my purpose isn't regular. You don't have everybody out there doing sign language, going into the deaf community learning. It's not regular, and it's not to boast or anything, but it's just the facts. And I normally tell persons when I do like workshops with a group of young people, I normally tell them that whatever your purpose is, just work towards it. You may not see how it's going to help in the future. You may not know how it will help somebody, but if you're good at playing the drums, just play to the best of your ability. If you're good at drawing, draw to the best of your ability. You cannot see the end. But once God has told you that this is what he wants you to do, trust and believe that he has already made ways, paths, he has opened doors, he has opened windows of opportunity just for you to reach that goal. So it's just about having the confidence and knowing that once God has begun the good work in you, he will complete it to the end.
Alright, so your advice to my viewers is that if you have not identified your purpose as yet, do what you love and then just do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
Alright, I love that, and I really love how without any previous background in sign language, you are so committed, so dedicated, and we'll continue more into just how dedicated she is for you to understand that for a girl who is hearing, for a person who is hearing and you don't have any family or friends with disability, it's hard to be an activist. So I call her an activist in my mind.
Advocate.
Advocate, thank you. To be an advocate for people who you're not closely tied to. So that's what
must be God.
So, yeah, it must be God. And it's so strange that sometimes we think that our purpose has to be something regular. Preaching, teaching, working in the church, singing, dancing. But I just want to inspire somebody through my cousin that your purpose can just be out of the norm, out of the blue, something that no one has done before or not many persons are doing. It's just something that you love. So if you love to see an art farm, just do it and do it to your best. She didn't have any trainers, any coach, any teachers, but she used what she had, which was the internet and YouTube, and practiced while she could. And then, as I would say, God aligned her and shifted her during university to be now working on or doing a course where it's a degree focused on sign language. So let me continue. So you mentioned the academic journey and that you were following in your brother's footsteps, and know that you have switched. As personally for you, what was that like, going through the motions initially, and what did you feel switching the program? What emotions did you feel? What was it like when you said, okay, this is what I want to do and I'm going to do?
It took a while to warm up to it because you know the emotion and instability of being asked to leave school, what persons are gonna think, what persons are gonna say, how it's going to look, you know. And after I started, mommy always there encouraging me, other persons encouraging me. When I finished my first semester, I didn't get all A's, but they were much more greater than what they were before. And when I finished the second semester, I realized that I can do that something here. I can do this. And my grades improved and improved and improved. At this present moment, A's and B's. No C's, no D's, and definitely no S. So I know now I'm convinced. If I wasn't convinced then, if I wasn't convinced the year before last year, I'm now convinced that this is what I need to do. And I won't say from time to time, it won't jump back in my head that I should have done university long time, but I haven't. It does, and it's still there, but I try to use that as a positive reminder that I should be finished, yes, but I'm doing what I know I should be doing. So I'm walking in my purpose. It may be taking a little longer than other persons, you know, but I believe that this is what God wants me to do, so I'm going to do it.
Alright, so you spent, basically you're saying you spent a few years in university just going through the motions like a lot of university students are currently doing. And you were getting C's, D's, and F's.
A lot of F's.
But as soon as you flipped and you changed the program,
yes,
and spend time focusing your energy on doing what you know you love to do, you started getting A's and B's, and now you're just getting straight A's. Right?
Because initially I was forcing myself to do something that I didn't want to do when I was in science and technology. But when I switched over to doing education and sign language interpretation, I realized that because I'm doing something that I love to do, it becomes easy because I don't sit in an exam and feel like I'm being drilled to do an exam. I'm like, you know what? I know this. Answer the question because I know this. And it's like fun for me to enter that exam room when I'm sitting a sign language examination. I'm being so honest. It's so fun for me because I know that this is what I want to do and it's just fun.
Okay, so it's just fun. And that is really interesting because so many times we are stuck doing things that we don't want to do and things that we think the world wants us to do. But as Seyvonnie has explained, it's not about what the world wants you to do or how the world will eventually see you when you make a drastic change. It's about doing what you love to do and having fun. Right?